Now Kevin Pesur, that's the bit we made a mistake on.
That's where
He's still got a second run to go.
He can still do
So Kevin Pesur has been knocked from 4th to 5th by Tor Arne Kvia, so now he can try and get himself back into the top 4, back into a showdown. And Pesur's coming for it here.
Yeah, well, he needs a 92 or more to try and leapfrog Marco Zaccaril. Can he do it? Well, he's going to go for it, that's for sure. Look at this back end, nicely tucked up onto the wall, looking very clean. On the rev limiter go Kevin Pesur now as he comes through the middle of the circuit. Nice line through that inner zone as he now sets himself up perfectly for this long outside zone. Needs to be close to the wall without making any contact, and he's there. He's right there. On the wall is Kevin Pesur, and it's absolutely stunning from Kevin Pesur. The Estonian driver now flicks it across the track and sets himself up lovely. Look at the line, look at the angle from Kevin Pesur. This one's going to be an absolute banger, and I can see scores going in already because this is unbelievable from Kevin Pesur.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow,
wow, wow.
Kevin Pesur just came out and said, yeah,
hold my beer.
Knock me out of the top 4, will you? Not on my watch.
That was beautiful. I want to see a replay. Well, we're going to get one.
I feel like we should show this to people next year and say, this is the qualifying line.
This is how you do it.
There's not much on a line perspective.
I'm going to say,
not on a line perspective.
there's nothing wrong with this.
Could have been closer.
Oh,
here.
Come on. Yeah, but you can't be too close.
No, you can't.
This is the problem, Dave. We like the little boopies and the little whoops.
Judges don't.
They hate that stuff, and that's the new rules. No more boopies and whoops into the wall. Has to be clean.
That's the technical term, isn't it?
That is what Kevin O'Connell said in the briefing last night. No more boopies and whoops.
Oh, 92.5. He's so close to first.
And I said he needed a 92, and he's back into it.
And he's just 1 point behind Kvia, so he's into the showdown right now. It's just the way it has to be. But now is James Deane going to fall down and lose some points here? He has to try and get at least a, if I'm not mistaken, a 92 or more here. The machine has to be the machine. And he's running the wall on the way in. I didn't even know why you would do that. He's going for it.
Yeah, he is going for it. Look at this. He gets to that outside zone nice and early. Back bumper glued to the wall. Big angle as he follows it round now. Picks up that inside zone. He goes for a nice transition. Very close to the wall. And James Deane is on an absolute flyer. He knows he needs this one. He wants those championship points. They know that Heinen isn't feeling rock steady when it tags the wall. A little wobble from Deane. He's being a little bit too aggressive right now as the Irishman comes through the centre of the circuit. A big flick. Can he get the job done? He sets himself up beautiful for the second to last outside zone. And Deane absolutely wants this. You can see in the driving, he's aggressive as he puts the tail light on the wall across the line.
Oh, now he's in the conversation. What was the run in? What was the wall run there? He ran a wall that he didn't ask him to run. That's a bonus run. Well, that was the only driver ever to go for a wall that no one asked him to go for. And when you see James Deane leave the arena with the back end blow, look at this. What's this? Why is he out here? Just kind of bounced himself into the initiation.
Yeah, this is crazy. Look how close he is.
He found a new wall. Now, is it as good as McKeever's? That's the question. Is it as good as McKeever's? It's definitely in the conversation.
I was just going to take a look back at the replay. I think there was a little bit of contact on some of the walls.
But his 2 wheels in the zone.
Some wobbles there though, Dave.
Yeah, I can agree.
And I think McKeever's was rock steady. There was no movement from the front wheels. I want to see this line into this outside zone.
Well, you did just say that McKeever's back end of the car came off halfway through the last corner.
Yeah, here, right there. Yeah, and James didn't do it yet.
James is better here. What do we know? But I'll tell you what, we are watching people put it best of the best right now. Putting it down on circuit. Deane has to get himself into the top 4 if he wants to stay in the conversation here. Like, I mean, they need the points. They can't let Laurie get any more points to them at this point. And McKeever's gone first, so he's getting top qualifying points. And he's in 3rd. Deane goes into 3rd. He's in the showdown. Deane gets 3rd position with a 93, putting him in the showdown, which means Laurie Heinen has, and I mean, right now,
he's 32nd place qualifier.
But he's still in the show. So is McKeever, so is Deane. That's how the championship sits. We'll be back to the line. Norwegian, fresh off the podium in Hungary, is Tor Arne Kvia. There is his fans. See what he can do. He's going very wide here.
Yeah, he is going very wide, but he shallows it up to make sure he gets that nice line into this outside zone. Look at this from Kvia. Doesn't damage the back end this time as Kvia keeps it clean now. Looks for that transition, goes for the wall, and a little flex, pops the headlight out of the car. And I can see Kevin O'Connell making notes on his notepad out of the corner of my eye. And I hope he's not marking him down because that was phenomenal from Kvia. And so is this line in that outside zone. Kvia doing a sterling job, but it's upset the line into that little touch and go, the outside zone 5. He comes back now, second to last outside zone in sight for Kvia. Flexes the back end, but not too much damage once again, as Kvia goes for that final outside zone and across the line. Once again, an incredible drive from the Norwegian.
He's really come on form towards the end of the season here.
Yeah.
And we kind of said it wasn't the Kvia we were used to in the first couple of rounds, but now he's definitely back in the mix, which is what we want to see. And Kvia, as I mentioned, he's currently in 8th position at the moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he is in 8th position at the moment.
It's not a real light, don't worry, folks. No real lights are hurt in the making of this run. Kvia fires in on the outside line, and as you can see, does a good job. I mean, almost keeps the 2 wheels in the whole zone, which is really impressive.
I think this was the only, well, there was 2. There was this and an outside zone 5, that little touch and go. I think that's the only kind of place where the judges are going to knock him down, to be honest with you, Dave, because he completely missed that zone. And I think that was, I think, him being a little bit too aggressive.
I can see it.
Just didn't let the car go far enough across here. Watch this. You can see on the drone of No Lies, he just catches a wheel on it. Maybe I was being a little bit too harsh.
Well, you're a harsh person.
Yeah, but I'm a big Kvia fan.
Yep, we all are. So let's see what the judges say. We don't have to make any decisions. We just go blah, 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 and then they make all the calls, and we don't know what we're talking about most of the time. We're just here going, wow, look at that. Yeah. Pretty much 4 hours of wow, look at that. Is what you're getting from me and Ian.
Especially this late in the championship.
Yeah, just a lot of wow, look at that. And I'm not sure we're going to give you much more. We're going to give you a lot of, because it is wow.
After 5 rounds.
It is wow, and you should look at it.
And you should look at it.
That's the way it is.
And if you're not looking at it.
So Kvia dropping scores in from the judges. Let's see where he ends up. So, 93.5 for Tor Arne Kvia, goes first position. So, forget what I was talking about.
Forget what we just said.
Now Tor Arne Kvia is in. So now, Duane McKeever. This, to me, is probably the most important run of his entire season. Because if he gets himself into the showdown and gets those points, it's the only way he can stay in the fight.
Well, he has to top qualify.
If he qualifies less than Laurie Heinen or James Deane, he's out of the run. Yeah. So this is huge for McKeever here. All it to be done in one run.
Yeah, he has to go big. This has to be a 93.5 or more. And here he goes off the line, through the gears, down, and he's into the outside zone. It's very nice so far from McKeever. He's into that zone now. Picks up that front zone, look for a nice transition. Not too close to the wall, and it's not. It's absolutely textbook as McKeever now gets himself into outside zone 4, right close to the wall, up and into the zone he goes, on the throttle, a little bit of left foot braking, but not too excessive. You can see the car still moving with pace throughout the circuit. Goes for that nice transition, a big arc, and he sets himself up beautiful for the second to last outside zone. A little wobble on the steering wheel, but he keeps a hold of it as McKeever goes for the last outside zone. Onto the wall he goes, and across the line. It's absolutely stunning.
That's a big run, and he's done everything he can do there, Duane McKeever. Terrified himself with a 360 there, but terrified everyone in the stadium with that anti-lag. But I'll tell you what, he's going out on his feet here, because as far as I'm concerned, if I'm doing the maths correctly, Heinen and Deane are the 2 in the conversation, and even Deane is quite far behind Heinen. But McKeever had to stay. He has to get some points here from qualifying. If he doesn't, he's out of the race. So this is a big run. If McKeever can get himself into the top 4, now don't get me wrong, there's so many crazy eventualities that would have to happen for McKeever to win this championship, but he's still in the conversation if he way out qualifies Heinen and Deane, but just barely. So
much at stake.
There's so much at stake, and then it's all, you think, oh, that'll never happen, and then it's driftmasters, and you go, oh, everything's always in the air. And I've made foolish decisions in the past of saying, no chance. There's no chance.
Contact with the wall there, Dave. I didn't notice that. That second to last.
Why? I didn't see any heavy contact. The car was absolutely fine.
Oh. No, I don't know.
Except for the back end fall off. Look at that, a 94.5 for Duane McKeever. Goes top of qualifying, and now back in the conversation. And I would imagine with that score, with only 2 drivers to go, he is in the showdown.